Hi everyone, and good morning. Welcome to another episode of Thumbs Up Charter Services Behind the Scenes. Today we're going to work on the Ambrose's trailer again. We just finished doing the brakes. Now we're going to go after all those boat rollers that are all out of adjustment, sitting on the chines, and the boat's kind of sitting like this on the trailer and that on the trailer. We're getting to get her all straightened out, sitting correctly on the trailer. So before I go on or show you this video, do not attempt what I'm about to do at home. This is extremely dangerous. You could be injured or killed. Seek the help of a professional. And with that said, here we go. Alright, so what we've got here is a situation of a misadjusted trailer. We'll kind of go over a review of this again, but what we've got here is a boat that is what I call nose leaning, meaning that it's sitting down on the trailer like this, and as you can see, the bow of the boat and the front of it is extremely close to the trailer frame itself, which it shouldn't be. We should be able to have a rubber roller right under the front of this boat. And what this guy did to compensate for that, as you can see, he put in a piece of womanized wood. I mean, it was kind of creative that the boat could sit on so it wouldn't get damaged. Thank goodness he did that. Otherwise, this thing would have probably bounced and gotten beaten up against that steel trailer all those years. But I guess I should be thankful that the guy tried to, deal with this situation as best he could, and he got kind of creative on it, and it did save the boat. But it's not correct. This boat needs to be sitting back a bit on the trailer like this, and we are going to do that. The front rollers need to be adjusted. They're sitting on the chines. I'll show you that again, but a few weeks ago we talked about how a lot of these rollers were sitting on the chines. Rollers should never sit on the chines. You know, if this was a fiberglass boat and it had sat these rollers had sat all these years on the chines, it would have been a real problem, because that stresses the fiberglass and actually pushes on it, and it concaves the bottom of the boat. I've seen it many times. But because she's what I call a tin tank, aluminum, he was able to get away with this without damaging the boat. This is a fiberglass boat, and I had originally gone to look at it. I probably would have never bought it after I'd seen that. But the hull is okay, no damage to it, but these do need to be adjusted. And this rear trailer truck back here, we're going to get up closer to it in a minute, that has got to come down at least an inch, if not 2 inches, so that the front of the boat can lift up and get off of this trailer bar here. There is no forward or upward movement left in adjustment on this forward set of rollers here, so everything's going to have to be done at the back. And we'll get under here and give you a better view of this again, just so you can recall what was going on. But as you can see here, we've got rollers sitting on the chines. Can't have that. They're not sitting there, but they're sitting here. So we've got to loosen these clamps up, try to adjust these over on each side. We got a lot of work to do with that. And then this entire trailer roller assembly is mounted to this bar. And this bar has an adjustment bolt right there, and you can see there's 2 holes up here. We're going to have to drop this whole assembly down on each side. Got to drop it down. I'm thinking at least 1 hole, if not 2. In fact, I'll probably just start at 2 and see where it lands me. But yeah, this whole rig has got to come down on this trailer a little bit. And that'll tip the front nose of the boat up. And then what we're going to do up at the front, once hopefully we get enough clearance, is we're going to take that wood that he put in there out, and we're going to put in an actual roller across the front of the trailer there that the front bow could sit on and be supported on, which it should have had originally instead of a piece of plywood. In order to do this work, we're going to enlist the help of a engine cherry picker and a strap that we're going to lift the back of this boat up with and off of the trailer. Now, depending on how much adjustment I could get out of this cherry picker or lift. Last time I had to take the air out of the tires, don't laugh, it worked, to get this thing up and off the trailer so I could center it 4 inches because the boat wasn't sitting on the trailer right. So I know it works, but, you know, I'm not about to value my life or how would you say, depend on my life being under this thing on a single tow strap. So what we're going to do once we lift it up is we got some 4x4s, and I got them out here. We're going to have to cut these but to fit the width of the trailer frame. But what we're going to do is slide these in underneath the boat. Okay? We're going to slide these in underneath the boat right in front of these rear roller assemblies right in here. And we're going to put them down on the frame, and then we're going to chuck the boat up, chuck those up with some wood, gently set the boat on it so the boat will actually be supported by the frame, and we'll leave the strap on the back with the cherry picker just to make sure we don't have any problems in case something fails. But this is extremely dangerous. Don't try this at home. I've done it several times with success, but you got to be extremely careful at what you do. So yeah, we'd like to, this is what I'm talking about. We're going to remove this piece of wood. Look how close this thing is to the trailers. It's crazy. Hopefully we could get enough adjustment back there by lowering those rigs to get a roller in here, right in this area that the boat really needs. It needs a roller right there to sit on. So we'll see what we can do here. All right, so the first adjustment we're going to make is lowering this entire unit down. And I had to take the taillights out, but that's okay to get this bolt out because we're going to put new taillights on this thing anyways. But if you can see the adjustment points over there, we have 2 holes. And I think I'm going to gently lower this down back and forth, 1 hole at a time to get it down to the lowest setting. And we're going to start there. We'll take all the wood out. As you can see, we've got it supported on the keel here, resting on the keel. And then we have our cherry picker strapped the entire back end of the boat to lift it. So she is physically right now off of the rollers in the back, as you can see. So we can take a floor jack in here, support this lower bar, zap this bolt out, lower it down, 1 peg, put the bolt in, go over the other side, do the same thing, and just step this down to the lowest position. Alright, so we've made our adjustment back here to this whole bracket assembly, and as you can see here, we have 2 holes exposed now. You almost see the rust where it was up against the frame because we've lowered this whole assembly down by like 4 inches to the max low adjustment. And that really seems to be working for us because look at the side of the boat now. She's on a level plane here with the wheel well. She's not jacked up towards the front. And the next thing we're going to have to do here is loosen these U-bolts here and there on each one of these, and get these rollers from sitting on these chines over here to the bottom of the boat. So that's our next project here after lunch. And shoot, I'm pretty excited about how well this went. If you look up here at the front, we've got room where we didn't before on this board system this guy put in. So we can remove this now. We've gone up here by a whole hand clearance where this thing was sitting on it. I think probably the best thing for this is not a roller on the front, but probably what I call a wedge. And a wedge comes up in here, grabs either side of the hull, of the bow up here, goes down like a 45-degree angle, so it kind of holds this in position. It's like a saddle almost. I think that's going to work a lot better for this application because I still don't think there's enough room here, even though I'm elated that it is not sitting on the frame anymore. So, you know, trying to make a trailer work on all applications can be difficult, but we have our ways. I think we're going to be just fine with this, and we'll we will get this part of it fixed as well. All right, we're back again, and we've got the boat lifted up again with the strap right here in the cherry picker off of the bogey wheels or the trailer rollers. We got her supported down here with our 4x4s, keep her from collapsing on us. And now we're going to loosen these clamps up on these and try to adjust these rollers. Okay, we got the rear rollers adjusted on both sides. They're off of the chines. Everything's locked down and in place. It looks great. It went a lot faster than I thought it would. I've taken the cherry picker off and I've strapped the rear of the boat down to the trailer because we're going to move up front now. Lift the front and do the same procedure on the 4 rollers on each side, or 4 roller banks on each side up in the front. And as you can see, we've got even more room here since we've done this. On the front bow, it's way off of our wood at this point. I'd say it's about 2.5, maybe 3 inches up, which is fantastic. And our strap, even though you can't see it because I've loosened it, our strap is much more straight. All right, our front eye on the boat is centered in this. The one thing that has happened is because we've lowered it in the back, we've got a nice gap here now, and we'll have to adjust this here after we're done with the front rollers to readjust it to the bow of the boat. And then we're going to take this plank of wood out of here and just get rid of it at the same time. So we got the cherry picker set up at the front, as you can see, and there's a lifting eye on the front of the boat right there. And we're going to lift the boat up with the cherry picker. And we're actually going to use this plank of wood here to our advantage. I'm going to slide a couple of 2x4s under here to shore the front of this up and then set the boat on it so that the rollers are free back here. And we can do the same adjustment procedure. All right, we got the boat sitting on some lumber here, secured across the trailer frame so she won't move, and we've already adjusted the starboard side or right side of the trailer front rollers, got them off of the chines. So at this point what we'll do is duplicate this procedure on the opposite side of the trailer. Alrighty, we got the port side rollers adjusted, clear of the chines. Everything's looking good. So at this point we can use the cherry picker, pick the boat up and remove this lumber here. Time to take this board out. Got the bolts out of it. Take this out of here. Throw it on the burn pile. Alright, so we've removed the old hardware down here. Got new hardware in. We got to tighten that up. Got her snugged up to the boat. Nice and tight. We're going to zap this home and this project is done with. Be it. Keep it a little tight in here. Look at that. So we're ready to go down the road again, with exception, we still don't have any trailer lights on this. So we appreciate y'all joining us today. Captain Karl Burnside here from Thumbs Up Charter Services behind the scenes. Actually, that went a lot better than I thought it would. It was easier than the brakes. So next time, we're going to get some lights on this whole grill. And then we can call the trailer finished. And when we get that finished, then we'll start working on the boat by tearing out the transom. We'll see you soon, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.